I'm weird, and I have to tell you that I have these thoughts, but don't worry about it. The people who said all kinds of things before that will be repulsed. And mentality means not fighting. It's a mental argument that doesn't make enemies. It's funny that people are fighting over mental arguments. It's like religions are fighting with each other. That right side will be hit, the left side will be hit, and so on. But religious people will fight right away.
Hooray! Here.
Lots of things. When I asked, you'll be smarter than normal people. So if you're smart, why don't you pretend to be smart? I'm a little weird. What is it? I have to tell you, it's no good. It's ridiculous if you mess with the whole body. Don't mess around. That's what it is. If you're worried. A ball of light came out. That when a ball of light comes out, he taught me what happens when we die. So this is what happens when we die. It's not a big deal. What? Well, I don't have to worry about this. I get it. That balls of light began to come out from time to time. He taught me a lot of things, and I've talked about a lot of them today. I don't have time. Speak only 4. But it's not a big deal. Will God tell you? Talk about it. It's not a big deal. It's not worth mentioning that I haven't said before. But I was just like that. I was alive. Amazing. The effect is enormous and grown up. I wondered if I would grow up while learning various things from this ball of light. I wondered if everyone was going to come out. I mean, give my parents. You don't have any friends. Balls of light only appear in me. I'm going to talk about 4 of them. Listen to me and go home. I'm trying my best to write it down right now, but I don't have enough to write it down. You just have to write it down, because some people have a habit of doing it, and most people don't go home.
It's okay to write it in a way that is easy to understand.
It's a ball of light. How to be happy. I heard it. If you don't want to be scared to death, you want to be happy, don't you? In life. How does happiness come about? What? Did you hear that? And it's amazing. And it's ridiculous. But if you do it that way, will it work? It's just that everyone thinks it is. It's not an easy story. It's amazing deep. It's 50 centimeters deep. Road important. And it's the most important thing. Write it down. Until yesterday it was 30 centimeters. But it increased. Gradually. It's going to be deep. You know, if you want to be happy, don't want anything. So, don't try to change anything. I understand. Don't want anything. For example, I wish my fingers were a little thinner, and my legs were a little longer. I wish I had a little less cute. Don't hope for it at all. I think it's a hope, but in a wave of terms, it's a complaint. So, while complaining, I'm going from today to the day after tomorrow. The same nasty things happen as waves. Discussing things I'm going to call you. Japan Marta is happier than that. And such. I'm happy to be able to eat, and stuff like that. What? Whatever. There are a lot of people who woke up today and are happy. And there are many people who didn't wake up today. That's the kind of thing that is sent to the recipient. Now it's being considered for a movie adaptation. It's hard to make a great movie. I don't have any dialogue. I'm happy. I don't know. I'm grateful to you for saying that this is how you live. 1 year from today to tomorrow to the day after tomorrow. After 2 years, the good things get bigger and bigger. It's like a snowman, and it doesn't make normal people happy. I heard from Mr. Miss Alone today, so I can't go again because I'm complaining and whining to say I'm happy. If you can't go, you'll say nice things again. Plus, minus, plus, minus. I do it every day, so I always get 0 points. Isn't it a minus? It's like 1,000,000 points. Since I was little, I've only whined and complained. Saito-sensei, I'm unhappy. I was abandoned by my parents. I was left behind, and I was bullied as an adult. And if I said it all the time, I wouldn't do it. You've never thought it was funny. What? And why are you so unhappy? Why do you feel so bad? And you think you're a victim. But if you're not calling in, it won't be so bad. Really? That's the kind of person you have. This kind of person. I've been saying it for a long time. Nice people. There are people who have been kind to me in my life. Have you forgotten about those people? I don't say it at all. I've been saying it all the time, focusing only on the bad ones. There are a lot of people around me. There are a lot of people who did, boy. There are people who have taken care of me. That's the kind of person I am. Bad words, lyrics. It's a characteristic of saying, successful people have characteristics of success. This is... What is the law of the world? Oh, if you jump from the top of a building, everyone will angry and die. I was the only one who fell on top. You know, this is it. It's our company. Is it really weird?
Perhaps the president of the company is saying this.
I think it's just me. Because it's called Ginza Marukan. But the official name is Ginza Japan Institute of Chinese Medicine. What's changed? No one is researching it. Because there is no research funding. And I am not researching either. How do you do it? In my head, for example, I wish I had something that was good for my knees and good for my hips. After 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, it pops out. It's been out for about a month. It comes out as a pawn. Then you write that prescription and make it with this. Can you do it? But in the meantime, you have to have fun. No, that if you worry or suffer even a little, you can't do it. Right? Then worries and suffering enter the sperm. Right? Then you will definitely have a hard time selling it next time. They suffer in many ways. B, because invention is poor. But invention has to be fun. Suffering. I can't do it. B, if you want to balance your diet or something like this green juice, you can pop it like our green juice. That's how you make it. You don't have to worry about it just because you can sell and live. That's all there is to it. What do you do with things that don't come out to you? What? Nothing big. It doesn't come out to me. Actually, what? Then it is written that it is the easiest to come out in Japan in the world. And when a pawn appears to that person, for example, how long will you be young and wrinkle-free? And you will want such cosmetics. Then, if you don't come out to yourself, Or if you go out, Mr. Miss, some scholar, he will bring it to you and commercialize the Mr. M's by yourself. Don't come. That people think they thought for themselves, but they don't. Either, because I thought about it.
After all,
There's no way I'm going to go out to a stranger and bring me what I think I am. Such a coincidence is impossible, isn't it? Can you tow this with the law of traction in mind? I'm talking. The rest. I like the word God, because it keeps coming out. Don't worry about it. I think that ball of light is God. People don't know it. There's something to say. We are not a religious organization. Why don't religious groups need taxes? I'm the one who pays the most taxes in Japan. It's not that religion is bad. It's that, and it's still there. So it's meaningful. And if you're a religious person, you should believe in it. And you've been doing it for a long time. It's best to do what you believe in. What one Mr. Mies said changed sometimes. That's enough for me. It's a strange story. It's human. You decide your life before you are born. This is what you decide about this kind of life. And it's decided that you're going to live this kind of life. So everyone knows their own life. And when it gets appropriate, if you come out with a difficult practice, don't come out when the time comes. No matter how much you try to escape, it will come out. And when it comes out, you will bump it this way and that with that problem. The soul grows so well. It's not that you don't have troubles when you realize it. I don't have any worries about being enlightened. It's just that when you realize, problems will come up, and you know that your soul will grow while worrying, so you won't be so afraid. Do you understand? It will come out when the time comes. I've pretty much decided my life. Most people decided to go as they are. It's plus or minus, so you can only go as you decide. If you change this to a plus, it will be a good life. If you going to off, be. But most people, as I decided, I know my life. When I was in junior high school, my teacher, Saito-kun, told me that I would have to be able to speak English, because I was going to be given a national debt. So I'm looking at an English book like this. Sir, I don't need this. I understand the equation as well. Saito-kun, you have to be able to do equations. Look at that equation like this. The teacher, you don't need this. The teacher thinks that Saito-kun can't do it. I don't think I need Saito-kun. That, and the teacher, and the teacher. Remember. The ability to remember. Did you learn this at all? And then. It's the first of the books in English. Boy, that was the first line, and it was me. I memorized only the first line. So, I didn't use it once, and I didn't need a single line because I wasn't a boy anymore. Oh, I might say, and it's not that I don't need that English. If you need English, it sounds good to see it. An equation that sounds appealing. People who use equations look at them and see them as wisdom and fun. But people who don't use them can't see them. Among these, there are people who learned it, even though they don't use it, and aren't excited. I've used it about once since I graduated, and I don't use it, right? That's it. Exciting. It's a story that is supposed to be exciting. But there are people who say that I want to be an entertainer, or that I want to join a theatre company, or a theatre company. It's not that it's absolutely impossible to look at it from the outside. It looks like it will never sell. Isn't there? There is not. And, well, that's where you go when you really want to do it. You can make friends, get to know each other, get a job again, find a job, and so on. And if you go where you really want to go, the path will open up. So I don't know if I can become a comedian, but I want to learn a lot of things there. It's becoming. So, he's exciting, and I don't want other people to see it, or something like that.
I shouldn't. Human beings are sad. But you see, I say this from my own experience.
The school teacher definitely has an equation. And
I'm in English. Or why? I'm not sure if I'm saying something like that. There's a school teacher. No, I'm going to be a school teacher. You were a barbecue restaurant. I was doing the bang and such. There is no such thing. Right. So I'm going to be in trouble if I can't do it, because I'm speaking from my own experience. If you can't do it, you'll be in trouble. I don't need that equation in English. There's a lot of work. Truly, God doesn't bother anyone. It's for this kid to say. It's for this kid to annoy you. And the person above you said, "This is what is bothering him. I'm kind of late. And the teacher is next to me. I was taking out my desk, waiting, and studying in this state. So, accustomed to being seen by everyone, I'm sorry." So, God knew this was going to happen in the future. And what kind of teacher is cute? It seems that the students want to be around. For example, Anai-chan, don't just smile all the time. Someone who is always smiling. Nobu-chan, who is the best receptionist, says you shouldn't have a dark face. But it's a talent to be able to keep a dark face all the time.
it's really good to be a sender.
I need to keep it alive, rather than cure it. You know, adults, we are surprised when something that we don't have comes out, and we end up with cherry blossom in our head. TV work, like this, doing it all day. Are you okay? It's a talent to be able to sit in front of the TV for a day. Oh, yes, I'm a programmer. Yes, that's what I do. It's suitable. It's not in our time. Because parents are usually 20 years behind their children. I don't know anything other than what I knew 20 years ago.
Email. Do it here and there. Do it, but work always comes out. That's how you live your life. It's your talent. It's like sitting in front of the TV one day.
If you have second thoughts, it will work. And if you lie, there will be rewards. Remember, everybody has kids. To the kids, when you're a student, now is the best time for you. That, it's true. None of the planeters are good. Mr. Miss, did you go to school one more time? I'm not going to. Tell me the truth. You're the hardest thing right now, and your homework is overtime. Well, when you go out into society, overtime is overtime. If you're a senior in a club, you have to wash your socks. Increasingly, there's no society that has it. I've never met him. It's the hardest thing right now. B. After a little while, I'm at that stage in society. Mr. and Miss Moms,
It's fun. Is that hard for your mother, Mr. Miss? I'm lying that I'm going to work for my family.
It's true.
Miss, this was everyone's, but it was my own earning. What? It's mine, isn't it? To tell you the truth, kids are. Yes. It's fun when you're out into the world. What? I'm scared to go out into society because it threatens me so much. But by the time I graduated, I wanted to go to a vocational school. I didn't like it enough to study it as a specialty. That right. Threatened. If you threaten them too much, the children will be scared. And also, it's been a lot lately. Even at the age of 20, children can still speak. I get it, girls or something. Children speak language. It's like a child.
Yes, I understand that I don't want to grow up. So what my Mr. Miss is saying.
Seriously, it's really fun. It's not that I don't like being pushed out by a video. I don't want to be kicked out at karaoke. Really? I just a gutsy hit. If you lie, you'll be rewarded. I'm only in junior high school, so I'm the best in junior high school. After all. It's been 3 years of high school. You can go ahead. How did you run the marathon 7 years ahead of you? Usually worth buying. If you're really going to college, you know. I have to go to college now. At the university. If you say it's the best in high school. What? The middle is the best. Don't be biased. It doesn't matter what. What about women? A woman is the best. A man born to a man is the best. Homo people homo are the best. And the other day, a homo person told me that I like men. But is that okay? It's okay to worry. Whether a man likes a man or a woman likes a woman, I have a heart to love. The most important thing is whether there's love or not. What? What? That's life. B, it's okay because there's love from there. Is that true? Yes. Oh? That's right. But don't just aim for me. Writing here, the most became the most important. Write it down. What do you mean by that? I'm going to take the exam. There's one more way to be happy. Exception. I'm unhappy. I don't know if anyone can make me happy. From the other side, I'm unhappy. Someone needs a woman to make me happy. What? It's exciting. I laugh too much. And then, unfortunate. People get married together. Everybody was good. I mean, this makes me happy. Unhappiness. Misfortune is double unhappiness. Why do unhappy people get married and be happy? I'm happier right now. B. I'm happy even if I'm married. I'm happy even if I don't. I've always had people like that. And I'm happy right now, but I don't know. Stuff like that. I'm happy. Happiness. It's only when people stick together that they become happy. Double happy, you know? Double happiness or double unhappiness because the vibrations don't match because they don't stick. Do you understand? It's one or the other. You can't get away with happiness on the other. After all, it's not like it's a fight. We're both unhappy. Happiness. It's a way to be. I'm happy right now. You just have to keep walking. Soft a lot of strange things make me angry. It's a wave problem.